Well, Bill, tell me, how and where was the company actually formed?
Arnie Zane and I met at the State University of New York at Binghamton when I was a freshman there, and he was returning from being abroad. We became very good friends and artistic collaborators. Mm-hmm. The company was formed in 1982, and as I said, we met in 1971.
So over those 20 years, do you feel, what's it been like for you watching how different works age? Do some age better than others? Do some you think, I really don't want to do that one anymore, or it's maybe not contemporary enough anymore?
That's a very good question, and all of the above I've found. Some works are not meant to live past their time. Some works surprise you, like Demon in the Waters. People won't let us retire it because they want something, when you go into a new community, something that they think people are going to feel safe with. It's a musical visualization. It's fun. It's crazy. You don't have to be a dance aficionado to enjoy it. So presenters want that piece. Sometimes I get tired of it. But seeing a new cast do it each time tells me something new about it. A work like The Gift. That is a work which I feel is very important for my company to do because many of them don't know Arnie Zane. They never knew him. So you can know him by his choreographic choices. So that work is important. A work like The Duet, if you can imagine, you see these beautiful goddesses doing it. This work was made on my body as a solo. And shortly after I made it into a duet, and I've never done it again. So I always am sort of amazed that something that was so personal to me can suddenly be translated to people who are so different. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm in this art form. It's an art and not a science. You can never tell what the chemistry of a work, how chemistry of a work is affected by who's dancing it and where they're dancing it.
And that must always be very exciting for you to see a different troupe of dancers, if that's the correct term.
They keep changing, yes.
To perform a work that has been around for many, many years, perhaps.
Yeah, there are works in our repertoire, like a work like Blauvelt Mountain. That was a signature work for Arnie Zane and myself, a duet that was probably made when some of these people were being born. And that is always, how did this ever happen? I could not even imagine these people. But sure enough, now they are the persons who are responsible for the work.
How does it feel for you working with so many young dancers over the years? Do you feel paternalistic towards them? Are you a hard taskmaster with them?
This is a long and potentially sentimental answer, but I'll try to be precise. The fact is, the dance company is about, I think, young, healthy joints. Now, my heroes like Merce Cunningham, Trisha Brown, those people, Trisha's still dancing and she's in her 60s. Merce just stopped dancing and he was in his 80s. So it's possible. However, you really do need those young bucks and young women because the work demands amazing repetition. And if you're not in good shape, you'll get hurt. So that's the very first thing. And I do feel I'm a man who I don't have children, but I do have the desire to nurture. I'm not daddy. I'm a terrible father. I'm too self-involved to be a father. I'm an artist, not a daddy. However, when they come in, they say, the reason you are here is not because you're fabulous, but because you're going to help me do something that I've been doing for 20 years. Now, you say that to a hotshot 21-year-old who thinks the world is about them. So we have a lot of butting of heads, but wait a minute, let's get it straight here. You came into this company because this company is going to provide you with a kind of an education. Now, that give and take, and yet, I have to listen as well. Sometimes I do not understand what these people value. What do they love? Why are you dancing? And then, well, I dance because I'm fabulous. I dance because I've always danced. No. You gotta go deeper than that. Why do you do this? Why are you not in the army? Why are you not making $1 million on Wall Street? Why do you want to do this? Now that question stops them in their tracks. I'm here to ask that question.
And do you also find when you have young dancers who are hungry for it, basically, hungry for success, do you find that inspirational as well?
Oh, yeah.
That must rub off from you as well.
Yeah, I understand it because I was that. And I still have to ask myself, what does the audience see? I think the audience, first of all, reads the honesty in a performer. And the audience is excited about the work when we're excited about it. Now, some people come in, as I say, for all the wrong reasons. They really think, oh, I'm in a famous company. No. This company is not famous just because it's famous. It's famous because of people who have been there and worked hard before. Are you going to work hard? So their excitement is something that goes with being young. But then what makes the discipline to make a truly poetic and moving artist? Now that's the rub. And if they would only stay around long enough, it takes 3 years sometimes for me to actually see the movement owned by them. And usually they don't last longer than 5. I have had some that go as long as 10.
Well, Bill, moving on to a slightly different subject. You're obviously, traditionally, you've been quite political. You like to make people think. Your dance has been quite contemporary. It's addressed issues over the years since being formed in 1982. What do you feel the impact of dance is on particularly American society? What do you feel dance can contribute or say?
I have done works that have been discussed not on the art pages, but on the editorial pages. I have done works that the culture had to ask questions about what is appropriate on stage. I've done shocking things. I'm not interested in doing shocking right now. I've done things that are also trying to jump outside the dance world, which I found narcissistic and small-minded. I'm a fan of visual arts and literature. Now, I'm complaining here. I don't mean to complain. So dance is, first of all, something that you have to sort of develop a taste for. I want you to come to my theater and I want you to see something, first of all, that has visual sophistication and interest. I always believe that the dance has to go in through your eyes, into your mind. Therefore, structurally, it must be interesting. And then maybe, not guaranteed, maybe it goes to the heart. And the heart is the Holy Grail.
So rather like a filmmaker, do you feel as a choreographer, as somebody who creates dance, it's been important for you over the last 20 so years to change people's perceptions on life sometimes, to make people think, to make people stop and judge how they behave?
First of all, any artist working had better get off their high horse about changing the world. Change yourself first. First of all, make the work for yourself something that you think is interesting. And maybe a small group of others. Just stay true to it, because there will be times when the world does not give, am I allowed to say this? Give a good goddamn about what you think you're doing. The world takes what they want from what you do. Artists have got to know that. And it's taken me, 30, 35 years to understand what I'm saying right now, because I'm very vulnerable. I want to be loved. I want to be approved of. But you know what? You can't guarantee on that. What do I find beautiful on stage? What bodies do I find interesting? What music? What are my next questions about what if I tried this? That's the basic rule. The rest, fame, being rewarded, audiences, big, small, that is like a crapshoot.
Incidental.
Well, you can't control it. Hollywood tries to control it. They do tests. Will I get a laugh every 3 minutes here if I do that? If the girl takes off her bra at this moment, can I get this? At the end, it's a happy ending as opposed. Hollywood tries, and that's why they turn out trash. Because they're calculating. I don't want to be calculating. I want you to come in and have to do some work as well as I do some work. And I want you to have to develop a sensibility and sensitivity as you watch the work.
Well, Bill, this is essentially, if you don't mind me saying, it's rather like a greatest hits compilation of the last 22 years of the Bill T. Jones, Arnie Zane dance company. What's next?
Well, greatest hits, I'd rather call it a survey.
Okay.
A survey. What's next? Well, I'm working on a piece right now which is called Blind Date. It's about the dumbing down of the world that I live in and my love for history that asks questions about language, about honor and value. And I want to do it with my modern dancers, and I want to use a text. I'm probably going to use a very bloody text by Yukio Mishima, something called Patriotism. Written from a right-wing point of view in Japan. So in my country right now, ideas like honor and patriotism need to be thought about. And what about an apolitical group of young modern dancers? What do they know about these concepts? So that's the Blind Date that I'm working on. And I may be doing a musical on Fela.
Well, Bill, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck with the coming tour.
Thank you.